Good morning, everybody. How's it going today? Holy moly, let me tell you, it's been a rough one. I don't know what you're doing on, but you do not need to be on. I need to get all this figured out here quick. This is something, let me tell you. I have so many notifications here on my computer, I can't get rid of them. And I need to get into my other section, and I can't see nothing on this computer. So just give me 1 minute here, guys. God darn, there's a lot of crap here. And my screens are all backwards. And so we're going to do a little bit of setup here this morning. I mean, come on, I didn't have this on for just a couple days, and I've been clicking exit. Come on. I'll start crying pretty soon. Every time I get rid of one, another one pops up. This is freaking insane. Sorry. Oh, look at that. I got to it. Woo! Yeah. How we get rid of that? I could move this over to here maybe for now. And grab me this here. And this here. Move this over to here. I am running a little bit shy on Hey, morning guys. I can see you now. Oh, look at that. My headphones work. Yes, I'm using headphones today because I do not have. I don't know if I need this. No, I do need this. What I need is this over here. There we go. Yeah, we can do it like that. All right. This is my uncle's place. I'll grab a link here. Anybody wants to jump in? Oh, well, I set this up in just like now. And can you hear me okay? Everybody see me okay? I'm attached to something and I don't like that. There's all my crap over here from my place that needs to go into here. This here is what I'm working with right now. That monitor up there ain't working, so I'm just using the two right now. And it all depends on this little crappy microphone I'm using right here. This is what I'm using. This is what I used to use, so it ought to work. I sound like a freaking Canadian. Can't smoke in here. That blows. So how's everybody been doing though? Well, I've been down and trying to jump in here and there. If nobody comes on, I really don't need these darn things on. But I have missed my little computer, and I got a printer sitting right down there. I got to figure out what I'm going to put that. Holy moly, I made her on, guys. And a soda maker. How's it going? We got 3 watching. I wonder I should open up another one here quick so I can go to the analytics. Hopefully, I mean, he's got the same internet I do, so he should be able to take it. I know. Got the same shirt on again. But I'm lucky I got that. Because, boy, let me tell you what, my wife didn't think of me at all. Oh, where are you? I want to see the analytics here, see what we're looking like. Hey, Pop-Up Projects, how's it going, man? It's good, sounds good. All right, thank you. All my clothes are in the pickup truck, parked out at our next place of residence for the next couple weeks till we find a place out at Schmitty's house. I put that little tour video out yesterday. I tell you what, man, I'm sick of rushing. Rush, rush, rush. It's all it's been. It's been just horrid. But anybody want to jump in, go ahead. And there's 3D Maker Kid, morning. You know, I don't have this set up yet, right? So you just have to bear with me here. Let me see. I'll move this chat over here because then I don't have to keep on looking this way. My house came over a lot smaller over at my house, but that's all right. There we go, guys. Adjust some camera. Yeah, but his place ain't that big either, so. Good morning, Skills. How you doing? I can't find my right glasses either. These ain't the glasses I wear on here either because I can't freaking see, man. I can't see for crap. I'm not used to so many cameras pointing at me either. But glad to be back, guys. Let me tell you what. It's been rough the last few days. That I was on with what's his name? Ron, the Canadian Makerspace. I was getting raunchy in there last night. That stream was just going the wrong direction. Yeah, it's me too. And it looks like my wife did too. Oh, my wife's complaining. Oh, sorry. I don't have everything set up right, so I keep on knocking into stuff. Get rid of that. I don't need that keyboard. All right, my wife's complaining to me. Oh yeah, my wife's awake, man. There we go. Whine, complain, whine, complain. I just can't deal with that this morning. 8 messages. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, that's fine. You know, she won't talk to me unless it's over the phone, texting me. I mean, it just drives me back crap crazy. I think it's something printing knows what it should do is find somewhere for a printer to sit. When I don't have an SD card, I'd have to find my Raspberry Pi or just hook it up to this. This can handle it. Nobody wants to jump in this morning? Pop-up projects. He's at McDonald's. I had to stop by Quick Trip this morning and get me some coffee in my soda glass. My coffee pot's in the what you call it. Nobody's coming in. I ain't wearing them dang things. You guys hear them fans at all? Is it too loud with them fans? Welcome, stick. Long cable for the microphone. Already a wiring nightmare going on here. Gonna hang there. There you go. I really wanted to try to keep this in a orderly fashion, you know. But so far, it ain't going that way. Just like always, tangled mess. I have everything new and microphone stand. Don't know where my tools are, so I can't fix that. Got on, what, 3 minutes late this morning? There's my microphone stand. There might be there. That's your well too. Oh, the computer does like his gods to keep it. I don't know why. But that's a webinar, so my daughter probably got around watching me playing a bitch. Alright, let's go see if we can find my microphone stand over here. Just not going too far. Right here. Oh, what I do with my new one? Now we get into that little complication here. I don't have no tools, and I need to get this off. Put it under this one. Oh, and then I need the adapter plate. Just screw into here, probably. Because I have the parts from that in another drawer. Because where I put it. I don't know if that will work up there, though, will it? That's a country mile high. If it doesn't stay up there, it'll work. Oh, definitely come right where I want it if it falls off. Stay there. This other one. Like that. Go under this way. Can't do break crap right away. That's a nice fit right there. Hey, Matrix, morning, buddy. This one goes on for this one. I have to clamp for it. Screws or drill. I'm breaking this one now. I can put this one somewhere. This is gonna work out for me, man. That's darn it. Yeah, we're gonna just try to set up a little bit more here today, Matrix. A little bit more room. We gotta try to figure out how to get this all together here. The thing I don't like about this one is that it don't have the springs or nothing, you know. Like the other one's so nice, spring loaded. If I can take it off this way. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up taking this all apart this way, and then those freaking parts, and it won't work, and then I'll be SOL. I don't know. Why don't it come out? It does not help that a boy can't see here. I'll tell you what. There we go. Just a little bit of leverage is all you need, I guess. This one down. This one nice and smooth, buttery soft. Oh, can I get this out? Just stick that in there? Sure I can. Somehow. It comes out somehow, I swear it does. Yeah, to get on my studio light set up. So I just don't know. See? It comes out. There's a good one. There's a slot there, just ain't slotted enough for both of them. That's all. Alright, I might be getting somewhere. Maybe. Maybe not. Come on out. Come on out. You don't even wanna. Yeah, POS. Using this piece of plastic that, God dang, I can't. Oh, there you go. Just pull it apart, dummy. There we go. There. I'll get this figured out. Yeah. I'll make some good shaking. Get her on there. Yeah, we gotta set some stuff up here this morning, Matrix. It's not set up yet. Don't know when this one's there. If we ever go all the way up. I would do that if I could get this clamp on the other way. But I can't destroy this desk. My wife would kill me because she wants to sell it, you know. Yeah, so what sound like that. Keep it up out of the way there. And, okay, cheap $13 microphone. Insert, squeeze. Insert it nice and gently. Oh, that ain't that type of show. Oh, God. All right. We have a 50-foot cable in somewhere. Oh, right here. I'm not sure, too short of cable. Unless I move my mixer. I can move my mixer. I'm gonna warm up my coffee here. Warming up part. It's another cup of coffee. Can we do this without smelling? I guess beyond lunch the lid. Take it back. I guess you probably put anything. He probably has a microwave. My wife, yeah, I mean, all the stuff we have to do today, and I know that. He was sitting there in the motel last night. Didn't have nothing to say about it. As soon as I leave and got something to do, she got all kinds of stuff to say about it. And we never did find my cat. So I lost the cat during the move. This one fit in better. And that stupid clamp don't clamp on any boards for nothing. Nothing for it to clamp down, maybe? No. Somewhere I got the locking wing nut for there. on this thing? I don't think so. Oops, set keys. Yeah, I'll spill my cup of coffee. Yeah, what do we got here? What the heck are you talking about? This way. You're on the wrong channel, brother. It's down and around like that. Stick that in like that. This way. Down. It'll work this way. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Alright. That's not the only spot, but God, that's too low. That's right in front of everything. I'm trying to get at that one too. Alright. You just jumping in yet this morning? I don't think it's gonna work here, but we're gonna give it a shot. Slide down. That ain't gonna work. Freaking bugger. I don't know. This is so low right there. Go up this way. That worked there. This is right there. We're gonna keep on trying until we find a spot for this thing, eh? Sound like freaking Canadian. Speed talk. Like freaking burglar. It is. Sit here and watch my daughter at school. They're at school. Right there. Out this here window. I think we focus down. A blue building back there. Out my window. Out my studio area here. There's my daughter's school. Beneath them pine trees. So I'll probably see her in her first period break. She'll probably come over here and stand right there and wave at me. But they register for school tomorrow. So she won't be doing that for a little while. These things don't go the way you want them to ever. Am I lagging here, guys? Put it on ultra low latency. Seeing it It's been in there for a second. If anybody wants to be in there, I can run myself. But I thought was going to happen. I need to go find it again. There we go. Let's go. Oh, man, it feels good though. Just sit down. Glad it's not raining yet. I still have that truckload of stuff to unload somewhere. I think we're gonna do is we will be unloading the truck, take the trailer off and unload the truck, and then see where we can find room and go and then go from there with the trailer and go unload the trailer. And I have all the mobility scooters. I gotta find a home for them and get them. And then sometime today we're supposed to be moving into the camper for a couple weeks. I wonder if I can sign in under my daughter's account. If I can use it to jump on here and what's that name? Cigarette. I switch accounts. Oh, she's been in here. Oh, whatever. No, I guess not. I thought she's been on here with her account. It ain't gonna work. That's okay. We can go without. No major. Here, down having a good morning for resurrection of people here. This thing's too big for that, man. I mean, it would fit. Boy, that's a tight fit. Going back to this here again. Well, I mean, it fits. Look at that. Is that a fit or what? Very much of a shock mount on that. God, why didn't I do that first? Instead of doing all this crazy stuff. I'm gonna just leave it like this for now. We still gotta figure out how to mount this anyway, so you know, right here, really. Yeah, these things are bugger to move. I'm gonna do something. Eh. I always meant to mount like straight down. I have a desk mount. I found the desk mount. I wonder what I did with that. I did find a desk mount. Straight up and down is the ideal way that I want it, but I don't have nowhere I can do it. Unless I take that freaking piece off. That's the only way I can do it because it's hitting the trim edge. That shelf off. It's doing it around. Because it's these stupid shelves have this little lip right here. You know? I just can't get you in here. It has this lip right here, so when you go to put this on there, you know, it's got to hook around and then go up. And it just doesn't give it enough clamping force, so I can't get it there. Nice that they put these on with a screw in there. Maybe they put that on with a screw or something instead of a rivet. Because when you want it off, you can't get it off. When you don't want it off, they fall off. I'm gonna bend this little Phillips head screw in there. Hey, how's it going, Ricky? See if I can hear him here.
Going all right. I getting Google Hangouts on my computer this morning instead of using my cell phone. Because I will need that for, or want that at least for my interview with Walter today.
Oh, yeah. Is that what's going on today?
Yeah.
Cool. What time is that? Because I'll probably have to come back here, or I guess I can watch it on my phone.
That's his, his country time interview, whatever. Country time live tonight.
All right. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to be. I'll probably watch it on my phone. My leg out here real bad. Yeah. My legging out, Ricky?
No, it's just I'm still new to using this on the computer, and I'm trying to see what my best course of action is going to be for trying to keep an eye on chat and the Hangouts. So
yeah, if you pop your chat out, you can drag that over to your window.
That's what I'm in the process of doing, but I had to come back to this window to do that.
Okay.
So now it's weird.
But as soon as you touch your Google Hangout screen, you'll lose your chat behind it, and then you'll have to go down and reopen it back up down in the bottom.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting it.
Yeah. Then you can select it.
But I'm sure Walter will probably get in touch with me before the interview actually starts, so I'll have a chance to get the screen set up before he goes live.
Yeah, and then if you go down, where is it, on the left-hand side, you should see all the same actions I do, where you can share screen or show the chat, but that's just the chat in, it's just the chat in Streamlabs here.
Yeah.
That isn't the chat on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever YouTube. And then you got share screen where you can, share your screens like with your designing and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, that's just set next to her, just like settings and stuff. But you can, if it's your system, like I can click on you.
Yeah.
And make it so it's on you for everybody.
Right.
Stay there. Or
cool.
You can do it on your screen to see just one person. If there's more than one people in there and you just want to see one person, you can click just on that one person.
Right.
And your computer will stay on there.
All right, Mike, hold on. I'll be right back.
All right. I lost my chat. That's a desktop he's using right now, Grover. He just got that Streamlabs set up on there. That's a bummer not fit in there, but try. And I bet you make another piece of wood that's the same depth as that, so it stays there. God, sorry, headphone users. Oh. See, because if she wasn't going to try to sell his desk, I'd cut a hole in it. But I made that damn when she's trying to sell it. Oh boy, she'd be a happy camper. I wonder if this one's smaller. I'm not sure what side it's on. I'll put it on one of the shelf brackets. I might almost be able to make it on a shelf bracket. Because they're smaller. I don't know, though. Snug the snot out of her, maybe. It does lean. I guess I don't care too much. Yeah, I know it is. I'm kind of spoiled, but I always had 4 monitors. But right now, I only have two, and I don't know what to do with 2 monitors. I want four, darn it. I need my other monitors. We can get this in without jacking it all up. Loosen this up a little bit again. Oh, that might be halfway decent. Let's get this back out. Stick it back in here. Yeah. Just like everything's upside down on everything always, especially the way how I want it. I guess this here is too bad. I guess we can go this way, right? There we go. I think I got it now. I think I might have it.
Which I wanted to say, I got to do a short little video today because I received some mail yesterday, but I was running around too much to have a chance to mess with it. So I want to open it on video. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what it is and who it's from, but again, I want to share it on video.
Cool. Be sure to watch that when that pops on. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the setup here.
Uh-oh. He froze.
I want to set it
or was it
up.
me? Okay. I'm like, is it me? Or did you just freeze?
Yeah, I froze. It even froze out on YouTube. So, yeah, oh me. All right. Now I might mess up my audio here. I'm going to try to plug in this other microphone.
Rover, I'm on my desktop, and I have 2 monitors. This is a desktop that Red Light sent me. So yeah, I was running around too much yesterday to get a chance to open, because I don't want to open the mail, that I get like that from without sharing it with everybody, and we ended up we traded in my car yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So we went from having a vehicle that we had equity in to a vehicle that we now owe more than owe more than it's worth, because but the equity in the car was our down payment. So, but it was time. It was time. I mean, granted, when I say it was time, and I tell you that what I traded in was a 2015, everyone's like, what? But no, it had a almost 120,000 miles on it already, and it was due for about $2,000 worth of service. So it was easier for me to trade it in than it was to deal with the $2,000 worth of service that it needed.
I'd say.
Yeah. So traded in our 2015 Honda Fit with 120,000 miles on it, because it was due for timing belt service, which is $1,200, transmission service, which is $300, brakes, which is another $300, and something else. So yeah, it was due for all those at the same time, and I'm like, there's no way. I can't do this. It's like I might be able to swing doing like the transmission and maybe the brakes, but that timing belt thing will have to wait. And I'm like, that's a pretty important one. So
yeah, but
Well, and I'm not driving quite as many miles as I was when I was when I got the Fit. I got the Fit when we first moved to Nashville, and I honor my obligations. You know, I'm that kind of guy, and I had booked out shows for like 6 months in advance in St. Louis, so I was having to drive back to St. Louis every weekend to play shows. And so, you know, 600 miles round trip every weekend to drive back and play the shows that I had booked, and was only getting paid the price that I had booked them at when I lived in St. Louis. So, I mean, I wasn't making squat driving all that way. Yeah. But, you know, like I said, I'm a man of my word. I honor my obligations.
Yeah. You know what? I like Discord this is that you can set all your sensitivities and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and it just can't quite do that here. Control room, but it doesn't do nothing. I mean, all you can do is just turn on the mic and shut the video off and crap like that. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to play around with the screen share and stuff so that I get a little more familiar with it before tonight. So I apologize for using your stream for my
no, brother. That you're always
learning.
It doesn't matter.
Let's see, screen share. Okay, so that's how that works.
Messing around anyways now, so.
Well, because I'm sure that you know, when Walter's talking to me tonight, he'll want me to like show some of the designs and stuff. So
yeah.
So that's where I'm at on the current one I'm working on.
Oh, that works good.
All right.
I mean, I really never messed around much with it either, you know, so I don't know.
Of course, every time I click over there, I lose the chat, and then I have to bring the chat back on top.
Well, that's what I mean. You can leave it on the other screen, you know. But
yeah.
What I got to do is I got to go into my properties here, and I got to give.
I've got the camera pulled up on one screen, and then I've got Blender on the other. So I have to keep putting the chat back on top of the camera screen.
Yeah. It's like I like my 4 monitors. I don't have nothing right now because I'm opening up trying to get my screen set up correctly.
Yeah, my video card will support another monitor. I think I think whenever I move downstairs and get that makerspace set up, I think I'll move to 3 monitors.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out, because 2 out of the 4 monitors I'm using right now, I picked up at Goodwill for $10 a piece.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to end up with using TVs.
I'm using one TV right now. Yeah. The monitor that Blender is being displayed on for me right now is a 19-inch LG television.
There you go. Now I got it. Before, my mouse, to get to my right screen, my mouse would leave the left side of the screen to come into the right side of the other monitor.
Yeah, that just means you have your displays switched.
Yeah, I just have to go in the settings and switch that over, which I can't see anybody talking now.
Simple enough. So are you also like sleeping where you're at right now, or you froze again?
Hang on, you gotta start that over. I froze up there, Ricky.
Yeah, I said, are you sleeping where you're streaming at right now, or are you you got yourself a place to stay?
Last night we stayed in a motel, and then today we got to evict this guy out of a camper over at my buddy's house, and we're gonna stay in his camper for a couple weeks. I put a little video out yesterday of the property and everything in the camper. So, but yeah, we should be in there today, and then we got to get that all set up. So, see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan. There's almost no difference between old flat screen monitor and a HD television. Almost no difference.
Yeah.
The only difference for me on this TV is if I let it sit long enough where it goes off, I actually have to push the power button to get it back up. It doesn't just wake up when I move the mouse.
I'm gonna have to find me a little shelf. We're over here. Get this mess cleaned up over here. So
Which I got a remote if I remember to use it.
Just so I can put a couple printers right here.
And right now, my sound on this computer is coming through the speakers on the television as well.
Yeah, you can do that. That's
Yeah.
for sure. I don't have my speakers are in a box somewhere around here. That's why I'm running off a headset today. And plus, I don't think that microphone would work too well. I should try this other microphone here.
But the sound coming through the television reminds me why this television was in the closet, not being used.
All right, I'm gonna try something here. See if I can get this one.
Oh. Lost your audio.
But it's not.
No sound.
I know. I'm trying to fix that.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Now I tried to get my soundboard working.
Oh.
So I unplugged the mic that I'm using right now to get the mic off the soundboard working.
Yeah, there was a crazy buzzing noise and then no sound at all when you did that.
Or somebody at the door or something. But yeah, I mean there ain't much going on today, so just gonna hang out here with doing this for a little bit, try to get this set up some. I tell you, it was a mad rush this morning, though, man. I got here at about 5 after 6 and hadn't touched nothing in here, and I had to look for everything, find wires, and do everything, and made it on by 3 minutes after. So
there you go.
It was a close one.
Yeah, I gotta run up to my son's school because apparently they passed out the laptops yesterday, and for all the students, and he didn't get his because he hadn't turned in the money. Well, I sent the money with him the first day of school. They sent it back to me and said they'd tell me when and where to turn it in. No one ever told me anything, but they handed out the computers yesterday. So now I gotta go up there. I dropped him off at school, but only a crazy person would try to go into the office at the school when school's starting.
Yeah.
Because it's a nut house in there.
Now, when they start school?
Well, this is his second week back.
Oh. Yeah, we're just first registration is tomorrow here.
Yeah, no, this is his second week back.
Yeah. I don't think she goes back for another 2 weeks yet, I think.
Yeah, summer break here seems very short.
Yeah.
But then we get a fall break too.
Yeah, we get the fall break.
We get spring break, fall break, summer break.
maybe they don't get a fall break. I mean, there's a week for Christmas and spring break. Oh, there is one. There's one where it's 2 or 3 weeks or something during the winter, ain't it?
Yeah, it seems like they get ample time off during the school year, but the school year itself has gotten longer.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, if they just quit just farting around.
There are there are some places that go to school year round, and
Yep.
instead of doing like a 3 month summer break, they do 3 separate 1 month breaks because someone's figured out that you retain more when you're not off for longer than a month.
Oh, definitely. I'd say definitely on that.
Yeah, so they go to school year round. They go like you're 3 months
Bingo,
on.
bingo.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Fernando Pena.
There you go. I can't do that. Good thing Ricky's here.
And I could hold it out a lot longer, but everybody'd like unsubscribe to your channel.
Yeah. I don't think they would. And again, you never know.
I almost bet I could hold it out for more than 60 consecutive seconds.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
28 years of singing, you condition yourself for things like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, my throat's so goddamn sore from yelling at my daughter. She doesn't know how to freaking listen for nothing. I mean, for 4 days, I told her to pick up all her karate stuff and put it in a box.
Right.
And we're getting ready to walk out the door for the last time. And I'm like, pick up your karate stuff. And
right.
I was like, how many times a day do I got to tell you to do that? Man.
Did I wake you up over there, Matrix?
Yeah. What a stream that was last night, huh? Rando? God, that was crazy. You should have been there last night. That was nuts. Everybody was on there and they were just going back crap crazy.
Oh, on Ron's stream?
Yeah.
I didn't get to join the hangout, but I did stop in and watch it for a few minutes after we finally got home. Because it was like 8:30 time we actually drove off the car lot with our new car, and then we had to come home, pick up my son. We went out to eat because we were too tired to cook anything by that point.
Yeah.
And then had to get him home, get him in bed for school, and then by that time I was wiped out. Oh. I was exhausted, man.
I know the feeling. My wife wanted to go to Madison and get a motel room because it was like $10 cheaper. And Madison's 25, 30 miles away. And I'm like, I have to get up in the morning, drive to Stoughton, set up my computer and everything, do a live stream, drive back to Madison, and pick you guys up, and then drive back to Stoughton so we can start figuring out what we're doing there at the camper. I'm like, no, we're staying here in freaking Stoughton. I'm not, that ain't happening.
Yeah. Yeah, for no money down and keeping my payments just about the same, I gave up my car with 120,000 miles on it and got a brand new one.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I got a 2018 Honda CR-V.
Okay, cool.
So it doesn't. It's an LX, so it doesn't have all the really cool little options that I'm going to miss on my Fit.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the lane change camera and the cool touchscreen radio and sunroof and that kind of stuff. But it is an all-wheel drive and it's a bigger vehicle, so I could use the more room hauling my stuff around.
Hey, Ricky,
Sure. I'll keep an eye on things and try to keep everybody entertained.
There you go. I'm gonna try to lock it on you. Yeah, I just need a cigarette and I can't smoke in here. That's gonna be the worst thing because how I am. I always got a cigarette in my mouth.
Well, maybe it's a good time to cut back.
Yeah, well, I got stuff for quitting and everything, but my nurses and my at-home nurses and stuff said don't even try quitting until you are moved and everything because that's just too much stress and it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, well, quitting and quitting completely cold turkey is probably not advisable anyway. I would just say start tapering yourself down until you are doing it less, but then quit.
Yeah, because usually by now we're an hour in and I've probably had 10 cigarettes in too.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. So yeah, now it's on me to try to keep you guys entertained. And I'm an entertainer for a living, but I don't feel like I'm that entertaining when I'm doing this stuff. Good morning, Don. How are you doing? Keep hearing rumblings from Mike's mic. I don't think he muted it before he walked away. So what's everybody printing? Anybody printing anything cool? T-Rex at 250%. Cool. I forgot how high the action was on this guitar. My new guitar, well, can't even call it a new guitar anymore. It's my new guitar is like 7 years old. But the action's a lot closer. I wrote a lot of songs on this, and this thing has been played with me for thousands of shows before it got retired. I was working on wearing a hole through it. I wore the pick guard down till you could see through it there. I was working on wearing a hole through it like Willie did his. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How you doing this morning, Joe? Sorry I couldn't hang with you guys last night on Ron's stream, but I had already gotten in bed and I was like, I'm not getting up and putting pants back on. I was wiped out, man. It's more exhausting than I realized to sit in a finance office at a car dealership and haggle with them. But we got what we wanted. We got we got the vehicle we wanted. We didn't change our payment. We didn't put any money down. So we didn't really change our payment. I mean, what, $12, I think. And then I took the load off of my mind of the $2,000 worth of maintenance that the Fit was due for. I want to miss that little car though, because I put almost every one of the 120,000 miles it had on it. 3D printing doctor from Sweden. Good morning, sir. How are you? I'm sorry, I'm making the assumption, sir. It could be ma'am. Is it male or female? I try not to be that guy to make that assumption. Yeah. I don't think I've seen you in any of the streams before. I tried not to. Yeah. I tried. I think we got a new person, 3D printing doctor. Hey, I don't recall seeing them before.
Yeah, haven't seen you in there before.
Okay. Well, yeah. Like I said, I felt bad when I said good morning, sir, and I went, wait a minute, maybe it's not a sir. That could be that's wrong. That's sexist on my part to make that assumption.
Yeah.
Mainly make that assumption because you're stopping in a 3D printing channel, and I would say 95% of people that are into 3D printing are male.
Yeah, but those 5% are small.
So you're usually safe saying, "Hey, man, what's up, man?" Usually, yeah. The 5% of chicks out there in the maker community are awesome, though. It is cool. You guys did see that the Broken Nerd is now officially a member of Tested, their crew.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I've not been a fan of a particular person's Twitter lately. You've been overly political.
Oh, yeah?
Leave the politics out of it. And,
who are we talking about?
Savage.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, ridiculous on his posts.
See, I don't follow him on Twitter. I just watch his videos on YouTube, his one-day builds and stuff like that.
Yeah,
most of his videos that I watch are the one-day builds because they're the ones that are usually the most interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, my thing is these celebrities need to stop being so political. Just stay out of it because they influence people too much.
Well, I love Dolly Parton's response to someone trying to get her to get political. It was awesome. She shut him down immediately.
What'd she say?
She said, "I'm not a politician. I'm an entertainer. I don't talk about that stuff."
See, there you go. I love her more now.
Yeah. Yeah, Dolly's the best though. Dolly's awesome.
Have you ever met her?
Briefly, very briefly. I can't say I know her. I've met her, and then I met her sister a couple years back. Oh God, what's her sister's name? I want to say Stella. I could be wrong. I'm horrible with names. I'm terrible with names. I met her sister, and I talked to her sister for a good long while, and her sister looks and acts just like her.
I just realized you're on Hangouts on your lap or on your computer.
Yes, I am. I was trying to make sure that all worked before tonight.
He's
with
using
the.
me as a test dummy.
Yeah, yeah.
Why? What are you doing with it tonight?
Walter's interviewing me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I heard mention. I just didn't realize it was tonight.
Yeah, Walter's interviewing me, so I wanted to do that with this setup instead of using my cell phone.
I like it better with you on this than on the cell phone. It got more view of you, and the audio's better.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but it was one of those things where most of the time that I was popping in here to join you guys, I was still running around and doing everything, because I've got a million things I should be doing right now that I'm not.
I'm technically on the clock and I should be working. Well, I am working, but I'm also talking. So I don't know.
You hear that, boss? He is working. He is working, boss. If you find this on YouTube, he's working. He is. He's not totally slacking off. He's only slightly slacking off. It's just a little bit of slacking.
Yeah, I removed a snapshot on a server just now, and it was 9:09 on 8:15. You can check the logs. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. You should stick to what you do. Let other people make up their own minds.
No, I get
if there's something that's an absolute atrocity, a crime against humanity, then yeah, you should probably stand up and say something.
Right.
But
and I get they need to voice their own opinions and stuff like that too. But what they have to understand is they have a responsibility to, because they're celebrities and because their faces and names are out there and they influence people, that they have to take that into consideration when they start spouting off.
Well, I just want to, why do you think, when I tell you I'm the most apolitical person you will ever meet in your life, why do you think I'm the way I am? I've been an entertainer for 28 years. For 28 years, I've been grooming myself to say, I'm staying out of it. I'm staying out of it. It's not my job. I'm not going to personally make a change anyway. What my opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're out there more than anything. Just
anybody out there that thinks their opinion matters to the rest of the world is fooling themselves. It doesn't. Yeah. Nobody cares. They've got their own opinions and let them have it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Let them have it. Don't force yours on mine. On me.
And that's my thing is happy you have your opinion. When you start bringing it into channels that I watch, or the fact that I'm following you on Twitter because I want to see when your next videos are, I don't need to get blasted by all your other political ones. Make a separate account for me to follow you for your work stuff, and then go take your personal stuff somewhere else.
Put your personal stuff on your personal page. That's what personal pages are for. Keep your work stuff work related.
I because of that, I will create a second YouTube account just for making stuff.
Right.
And
you want to show up and have this discussion. This discussion happens on this channel.
When I go into other channels and stuff like that, I usually go just click incognito.
Mike, your microphone is like
way down.
Oh yeah, it's like.
Is that better?
A tiny bit.
A little bit.
How about that?
Getting better.
Well, I can't adjust this microphone for crap. That's why I want my other one back on, because it keeps on popping over to me. And so I've been muting my microphone. Is that any better?
Yeah, that's much better. I can hear you at least now.
Okay. Yeah, I've been muting myself because it just keeps on jumping over to me when you guys are trying to talk, because I can't adjust none of the sensitivities or anything on this microphone.
Oh, that's okay. Nobody needs to see my face this morning. It's okay. I'm still wearing yesterday's shirt, man. I haven't showered yet today. Nothing. I told you I got a million things I should be doing. But
dude, I like barely drug myself out of bed this morning to get the kids off to daycare, and I'm in the same shirt too.
It looks like you're still sleeping, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, you don't even want to know what I'm in.
Well, you know what? It's funny. I got off the.
Hey, at least you have a shirt on this morning, Mike.
I know, but this shirt I've been wearing for 2-3 days.
I would rather you be in 3-day-old shirt than no shirt.
Yeah, I have to agree with Ricky on that.
Okay, but now check out these shorts, man. These are just
no, I really don't.
Really, you don't have to go there.
The shorts, man. Where are they? Check out those shorts, man. Them are some shorts there.
Those are pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, they're my wife's. I took a shower last night. I'm free balling it, man. These are my wife's shorts. She brought me no
TMI,
clothes.
man. TMI.
Yeah, I know it. But it's like everything's wet and sweaty, man. It's like I need something to wear. She's trying to get me into she's like, I got a nightgown you can wear. I'm like, I'm not wearing a nightgown. I draw the line right there.
Ricky, can you imagine him being on the show in a nightgown?
Unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's an image that's now like burned in my brain, and that's
And by the way,
therapy now.
Yeah. So we got off
the bill.
We got off that call at 1:00 this morning, and then I ended up having another problem with work, and ended up working until 4 a.m.
Oh, nice.
Right, Matrix?
Huh?
Matrix said you had to put that picture in my head. I said, right?
But yeah,
I said I didn't care. I'm just on the line there. I said I will do funky shorts, but I am not putting on your nightgown. Not happening.
Mike pops in here on Friday in a pink lace teddy.
God. Come on, Ricky.
Well, actually, at the moment, I am setting up my temporary studio at my uncle's house. And this is my first stream here in a couple days, really, because we just moved. And we just finished moving out of our house. We got foreclosed on, and all our stuff is in storage units and on the back of my truck and at my buddy's house. And so we're going to be living in in his camper for a couple weeks until we get a place to live. So we're kind of homeless right now. So we're just jumping all over the place. We're in a motel for last night and stuff. So
are you contemplating that Virginia place?
Yeah, I mean, I just can't get her to do it, man. She just won't move away from her parents.
No, that's fair. Take them with you.
I told him that. Last year or the year before, I found this place down in Tennessee, 10 acres, had a real nice house on it. I said, hell, we can get a trailer for your mom and dad and park it there, down there. They can drop a trailer anywhere, pull up and call it home.
Good morning, Chris. Chris Gear Arts joined us. I hope I said that last name right.
Good morning, Chris. So, Ricky, so I got my next, once I finish up on that other project, or that thing you helped me out with yesterday, I got my next project. Okay. I was showing the guys last night, so I have it is, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of broken.
Yeah.
It was, and then there's a third part to it. It was for a toy bass fishing reel.
Okay.
And the bass swims around in the bathtub.
Right.
And my boy just absolutely loves this thing. Well, he stepped on it and broke the crank.
Right.
Now I'm going to try and design it up in Blender. So I'll probably be asking you a lot more questions, and then try and 3D print it.
I would suggest gluing it back together best you can first, so you can take measurements off of the assembled piece.
That was the plan.
Yeah, glue it back together first. That way you can sit down with calipers and take accurate measurements off of the assembled piece. There you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that'll be once I finish up the that spell box, that spell chip box, that'll be because that was really cool, and you made it just look so easy.
Well, that particular adjustment is extremely easy. It was a matter of grabbing like 12, 16 vertices, something like that, and just sliding them down.
Well, you know what was throwing me off was the fact that when I brought it into Blender,
mm-hmm.
It was just the mesh, the mesh that you have on in
because
Blender.
It's so huge, you were inside. Your camera popped up inside of it.
No, the mesh was gone. It was so huge, it just dwarfed that mesh. Now, that was going to be my other question for you: is how do you change that? How do you change that mesh? So that mesh is bigger than what the default standard is. Because I like that mesh,
right?
It kind of shows what is it, the X plane.
Yeah, a lot of that it's just scale. The person that designed it so that when he exported it, he didn't have to multiply the scale by 1,000. So he designed it already multiplied by 1,000.
So it's just a matter of don't try and modify that mesh.
Just
modify the scale.
Scale it down.
All right, gotcha.
Scale it down to 1/1000th of where it's at.
Cool.
You might even try opening it up and then re-exporting it again as an STL at 1/1000th of that size, and then open it back up.
All right, I'll try that out.
That might help you.
All right.
Now, that was my ender. I just showed trying to find a spot for it so I can start a print, because, like I say, I'm jonesing for a print. It's been days since I printed anything, and
I don't
go to rehab pretty soon.
I don't want to tell you guys how long it's been since I actually printed anything. I'm ashamed.
Don't feel so bad, Ricky. My MK3 is down right now. My Pinda probe's out, and I'm still tweaking with the Ender 3. I've been going through some of Mike's prints that he did, going back, watching the videos and stuff like that, and seeing what he's printed off, and trying to do some of those modifications. But the big one was the first layer last night. He gave a good suggestion as far as a couple first layer settings to do on the Ender 3 in Cura to make that to kind of help fix that first layer extrusion issue. Okay. Which I think, Mike, you were having that same problem, weren't you, Mike? You're muted.
Yeah, I was having that some, and I mean, I got it down pat now. I really had a problem with this blue, and then I figured out it was ABS. You gotta watch out what filament you use too. But I mean, I got them running pretty good right now. I think I'm gonna put a BL touch on this, just because of the warp on the beds. The jack helped out some, but I still think a BL touch on this would really help it out. And that might be your problem too, is that it might not look warped, but it might be a little warped, and you can't quite, that's why it's not sticking good.
Well, the bed I know is fine. I think, if anything, I think the extrusions might have some like odd extrusions. The other thing is I don't know if you caught. I think it was at Fernando Pena. I don't know if they sent him another one or if he got another one. I missed that part of it, but he said something about he got another one, and the other one worked perfectly fine for him, and the one he was working with, just still, and he changed out all the parts and everything else like that to the old one, and it was still printing poorly. So it sounds like it was either the brain board or just a lemon of a printer. And Mike, your volumes went down again.
Well, I muted myself because it keeps on jumping to me, so I mute myself so it stays on whoever's talking.
I just think there's something in your background constantly making noise. It might be that fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go shut that big one off quick. Hang on.
Yeah, I think the fan is what keeps doing that. I got a big one right back there, but it's not on. It does the same thing. Oh, that and it's not terribly hot here today.
Yeah, it seems to be working better. It was that fan. I can't set none of the sensitivities or anything, so. And then I got here and he didn't have the air conditioner on. So it's hot in here, so he got me some fans up, blow on me. So, all right, what do we got going on here? Yeah, I just bought another one. And see, both of mine run just fine. See, but you know, with yours, Joe, you know, it could be that extruder, man. You really got to look at them extruders, make sure they're getting tight enough. You know, that they don't sound like they're skipping, but they actually do skip.
Well, like for me, what's happening is like what I've learned to do with that is I've set it so it does a skirt. It starts off with the beginning portion of the skirt, and the first like 3 inches of the skirt, it doesn't lay any plastic. And then finally, when it gets into about the fourth or third or fourth inch, then it finally starts laying plastic down. And it doesn't matter if I put the print in a particular corner of the bed. It's always just the initial extrusion.
I don't know why they do that, but both of mine do that too. Even with different extruders on and everything. And
So what I've been doing is when it heats up, I actually will push the filament so that it starts pushing filament out,
yeah,
and then I start my print, and then often I'll it'll get a good print. But if I do the skirt, I really have not had an issue since I started doing the skirt.
yeah, I always use a skirt. You know, if I ain't gonna do a raft or something, if I don't need a raft or whatever, but I always do a skirt or
Okay,
whatever.
Fernando said he bought another one and he's returning the other one, the old one.
Okay, where'd you buy them from?
Fernando, where did you buy it from?
Well, yeah, I got my G code retraction pretty fast and pretty long, but I don't have no stringing issues. I think I got it at 60 millimeters a second on retraction and 6 millimeters. If I remember correctly, you should be able to. Yeah, I can go there. I haven't been on here in a couple of days, so I don't remember how to run it. See what we got here.
So Ricky, when's Blender 2.8 coming out?
Oh,
I
you
don't
got it
know.
on Amazon. That's nice.
I know they're trying right now to get it pushed to beta, but it's not there yet. So I mean, it's still even pre-beta at this point.
Oh, if it's pre-beta, it's coming out. It's not coming out for a while.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems perfect for me. You know, I don't have no stringing issues or anything like that. I mean, very, very little.
When you
Stringing
turn
issues.
your head to the right, Mike, we can barely hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's sort of dang other monitor. Sorry about that.
No worries. Just letting you know because you figure people want to hear you voiced.
Yeah, yeah, no, understandable. Understandable. And I'm just going to pop this up here. I hate doing this because I always look at the other screen. But, let's see. retraction. Yeah, right there, 6 and 60. That's what I use.
I think I jacked mine up to 8.
Did ya?
Yeah,
That might be a little too much.
3D printing doctor. GearBest is cheaper. It's pretty much almost always cheaper, but the problem is because of the expense of shipping. If something's not right and you want to return it, you're pretty much out of luck.
I got mine through what's the other one like GearBest? AliExpress.
I wouldn't buy from them.
But I did it through the US. There was a US shipping, and I did it through that, and it came really fast. I had it within a few days.
Yeah, I got mine through Banggood. Both of mine through the United States shipping, so it didn't take no time.
But like, Amazon enforces the return policies and all that kind of stuff. And so you pay a little bit more, but you have a hassle-free return policy. They'll send you a label. You just stick it back in the box and send it back.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're going to pay more on Amazon, but your return policies are so much better. I mean, I bought my Tornado through Banggood too, and but that having a bad bet on it also, they gave me $60 back, so I think what I ended up, it was under $250 I paid for my Tornado. So, all right, what do we got? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've heard of that a lot. People getting free printers, getting their money back, and then telling them just to keep the printer. But I wish I'd have got that. I didn't even call nobody about the enders. I just said piss on it. I know what the problems are. I can fix them, and I'm not going to mess around. I could have probably got some money back again. But
Walter ended up with that Ender 3 because his son-in-law ordered one from one place, canceled his order, but they had already shipped it. So they refunded his money and still shipped him the printer and didn't want him to send it back because of the expense of shipping. So it was like, okay, you canceled your order. So, I guess the secret is timing canceling your order just right. that they've already shipped it and they still give you your money back.
Yeah, correct.
Hey, I'll be down for that.
Yeah, no
They do that with Prusa?
I don't think it works that way.
No.
I think they'd be pretty insistent that you ship it back to them.
Oh, yeah, they definitely would.
No. You'd be SOL on that.
There's a difference between a $200 printer and an $800 printer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Creality's got an $800 printer right now that most people end up saying ain't worth it.
Yeah.
The matter of fact, the only guy that I said that I've heard say that it's not only is it worth it, it's cheap for all the things it does is Neary's.
Yeah, but he's the Creality whisperer.
Yeah. He swears by Creality, even the CRX. So he swears by his CRX, and most other people swear at their CRX.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of like Tacky Fiddler. I mean, Tacky Fiddler's really got it. It looks like that guy's got it nailed down on how to fix a printer. I mean, just some of this stuff he said, it's like, wow. So maybe that's just Chris's, I don't know, you could say superpower, is working with the Crealities. Maybe he just understands their hardware and knows how to make it work.
Creality probably needs to hire him as a U.S. liaison.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that would be a smart move on their part.
He needs to stop delivering pizzas and running an adult bookstore, and Creality needs to hire him to be their U.S. liaison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really good. And the guy needs to find a little shop front where he can set up all his printers and start, just go nuts. Hey guys, I'm gonna mute you for a minute. I got a work call.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that really would be a good idea for Creality to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
and
So
but
if Creality, if you stumble across this video, go to Neary's channel. You know him well because you guys deal with him all the time, Chris Taylor, and hire him to be a U.S. liaison. You really should.
the only
The
problem with
man is wasting his talents delivering pizza.
yeah, the only problem with him is his mouth. He's got to start watching his mouth a little bit. You know, he gets into.
He doesn't get as mouthy as Naomi, and they hired her to be a liaison.
Yeah, but she doesn't really do it on live YouTube. You know, where he's talking about.
No, but she does it on. She puts stuff out there on Twitter all the time.
Yeah, but yeah, I know they're using them as guinea pigs, but I mean, he don't care about it. He don't care about being a guinea pig. It's like he says, as long as he's getting paid, he don't care. Keep on ordering the printers, and he don't care. Just buy them, and that's his problem too. Is that he's all about the almighty dollar. You know, buy, and so I make money. You know,
right, but he does do a fairly good job of telling you when something isn't good on a printer. He does
yes
it.
And no.
He
Yes
does
and
it.
No.
He does it in a way that doesn't totally just say, well, this printer's trash. He just says this is currently not designed as well as it should be. They should have done this.
Yeah, but
so it's constructive criticism where he'll tell you what's wrong and what they should have or could have done to have made it better.
Yeah, but he drives me nuts because yeah, he kind of does it that way, but he also just like he's such a Creality fanboy that it's a perfect printer except for this little problem. No, it's not a little problem for a lot of people. That's what he doesn't understand.
Right.
For the average Joe, that's a big freaking problem. You know, I'm sorry, I'm out there still. Hey, good morning.
Morning, app people.
I usually drop one on at least once a day. But that's his problem, is that he doesn't look at it as an average person that doesn't know much about stuff. He's more there for the advanced, moderate to advanced printer user.
Right, but I also understand that it's hard. I understand that it's hard to ignore what your knowledge is when you're talking to somebody about something and completely come at it from a layman's perspective. Anything that you have some expertise and some knowledge in, you forget what it's like not to have that knowledge.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but if you're going to be doing this, you have to understand that there's people out there that don't know near as much as you do.
Right.
You have to be able to tell them, hey, this really isn't the printer for you because of these problems. If you don't know what you're doing, this is not the printer for you. And there's a lot of printers out there like that. Yeah.
Right. Like the Tronxy X5S.
Oh, what on the pile? I've got one of them. They're a pile. That was my first printer.
You would, yeah. Every video that you watch, it goes one or two ways. It either goes horribly wrong and the person tells you, do not buy this printer, it's a pile of junk. Or this person knows what they're doing, puts it together. Yeah. And most of the time they'll say, this printer is great for the price. But that's why I liked reviews like Chris Riley's review on it, where he successfully got it put together in printing, but he was like, this is not the printer for a beginner. If if you're considering this for your first printer, don't.
Yeah. And that's what Neary's needs to do. He needs to be more that way.
The CRX, if you're considering it for your first printer, don't.
Yeah.
But no dual extrusion machine should be your first printer.
Not yet. Not right now. No, not at all. They're not advanced enough for that yet. It's too early in the ball game for a beginner.
Adding a second extruder makes it not just twice as hard. It makes it exponentially harder. it's not just doubling it. It's like 10 times harder to get the machine dialed in and printing correctly.
Yeah, Doc, I understand that. But, I mean, I want to buy another one. I want to buy another trunk seat. I do. Just because now I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so I want to buy another one and put another one together to see if I can actually get it to work.
Well, now they've got the X5SA with a touch screen.
Yeah, no, I want to buy basically the same thing that I bought.
Well, this is the X5SA is the same thing. It just now has a touch screen.
Oh, okay.
I think and it might be 24 volt now too.
Yeah. But see, I don't want as many advances on it and everything. I want as close as I can get to the machine that I have. I mean, I still have mine.
And then they've got the X5S. What's it, X5SD? I think it is. It's a dual extruder.
Yeah.
Version. And then they've got the X5S 400, which is the 400 millimeter cubed build volume.
Hey, Grover. Yeah, smash that thumbs up. I haven't even said that to like, subscribe, hit the buttons, the like buttons, thumbs up.
I'll have to come back and do that later because my computer didn't like having both the YouTube window and the Google Hangout window open. I had to close the YouTube window.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
But you can still keep your chat open, can you?
Yeah, yeah. Once you pop the chat out, you can close the other window.
Yeah.
But yeah, my blender, when I would go to drag it around, was like being choppy. So I think it was just running out of resources having both open at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like here I have a little bit more problems with my computer. Here it's running a little bit slower than at my house, which is kind of weird, but
I'm really liking where this Jeep is going.
Yeah, no, that's looking nice.
And I think the reason I haven't printed anything lately is I could print parts for this now, but I couldn't print like the body for it.
Yeah.
I could print like the seats and I could print the wheels and the tires. But I couldn't print the body for it without going in and opening up the body in a separate file and slicing it into a half a dozen pieces and then having to try to glue it back together after being printed in multiple pieces. They've all warped and
yeah, and then your grandson comes over and touches it and it explodes.
Right. Yeah, that's
it, Ricky. I mean,
what's that?
How big of a printer you need for that body?
This one would fit on something just slightly larger than what I have.
Okay, so like my Tornado would print it?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll tell you what, once at the end of the month here, once I get settled into a place, I'll send me the STL and I'll print it off for you and send it to you.
Well, I know I got Roy Holly is chomping at the bit to print.
Oh, okay.
Print it, and I told him I'd give him first crack at it because he was the first one to print my my truck.
Yeah.
He even beat me to printing it and assembling it, and then he went like one step beyond and he did color swaps on everything and oriented everything so that it like the dash had the bezels in a different color than.
Yeah, that thing.
It was insane, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I said for that. For not only printing it, but going through all of the extra trouble it would be to do all those color swaps and everything. And he did such a phenomenal job. I'm like, man, you get first crack at my designs.
Yeah, no, that looked really awesome. I seen that. That was just incredible.
He's even printed, he printed version 2 and version 3 of the cab when I made some adjustments to them. Like, immediately I put him up on Thingiverse, and then he's like 2 days later he's like telling me what needs to be adjusted on this and what. I was like, dude, okay, you're like my official beta tester now.
There you go. You know what, I haven't put this out there in a while in case anybody else wants to jump in.
Oh, today's gonna be a bad day.
You think so?
Well, my laptop at work I've been leaving it at work because it's been having issues. It looks like it died. It looked like it finally died.
But does that belong to the company or does that belong to you?
No, it's a company laptop. It's just it's just
You got all your porn on there, and now they're gonna find it.
well, yeah. No, it's just I've got everything set up the way I like it, and if I can't get back into it when I get my new laptop, and then it's going to be a pain in the backside.
Now, don't tell me about pains in the backside. I know all about it, brother.
Yeah. Although I'll be honest with you, I got it to work once before after it gave me an issue like this, so I think when I go to the office tomorrow, I can get it working again. I might even run up to the office today at lunchtime, go grab it, see if I can get it to work.
Later 3D printing doctor. He said
Yeah, hey man, thanks for
gotta go.
stopping in. I do this Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 7 to 9 Central Time, and then Ricky does a design from 8 to 9 on Wednesdays or Tuesdays and Thursdays. So check out Ricky's channel tomorrow. He's really good at doing the designing on Blender and stuff. But thanks for coming. Ricky, if you want to post your link out there or something for him. All right, we'll see you, Doc. I'm just gonna call him or her. Is that a lady?
Nope.
What's
Dude.
that? What? It is a guy. Okay.
Yep.
I'm just gonna call him Doc. Easy enough, right?
Like Ricky said earlier, hey man, this should be acceptable.
Yeah. I know.
Well, if you want to be really politically correct, you can go, hey person.
Yeah. That would just be wrong, though.
It just doesn't sound right, I know.
No, not at all.
Hello, currently unidentified person.
There you go.
Unknown gender person. So much to do. You don't have to be out of the motel until like 11 or 12 o'clock. And I think I'm going to take advantage of that and go take a nap. Send my wife. Yeah. Send my wife to Walmart, get me some clothes. She can just go buy me a cheap shirt, cheap shorts, and I'll be good with it.
Where are you at right now?
My uncle's house. I got my stuff like all over his poor place, man. I got it trashed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean it ain't that big of a place, but and then his bedroom looks like this too.
So where's your uncle at?
He's in bed.
Okay. I'm like, you didn't walk into his place unannounced if he's not, like on vacation or something. God, he gonna come back and find you and all your stuff there.
Yeah, no shit. That'd be funny, wouldn't it?
He'd be like, what the? Give me that key. You can't have a key.
I got the keys. He gave me a key for it, so once them all set up and everything, I can just come in and try not to wake him up if he's actually sleeping.
Matrix.
Yeah, and I'm trying to stay out of that yet.
He shows up to the next stream in a little black dress.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, see, now we got bad stream. Right
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It says bad, 720 stream bad. It was lagging there a little bit. I don't know why it does that, I thought it was my house, so we'll see how it goes here. Maybe I'll have to move to the other side of town, see if they got better internet. Yeah, I'm trying to forget. I keep on looking away and talking. Sorry, guys. By the next stream, I'll have my good mic working, so I don't have to worry about that. So what do you guys got going on for the day besides work?
Well, let's see. I'm gonna have to, after this, go get myself cleaned up and change clothes, and then I want to shoot a quick video so I can open this package.
Yeah.
That I'm fairly certain what it is and who it's from, but I want to share it with the community since it came from the community. And
Usually you're off today, Ricky.
Well, I got my music live stream tonight.
Oh.
That's completely off. So I want to shoot that, and then I got Walter's interview on Country 3D tonight, and then after Walter's interview, I have my Facebook music live stream. And somewhere in there, I still got to go pick my son up from school and take his laptop money up to school.
Yeah, he can walk.
No, he can't.
I know, I'm just kidding.
No, he can't. My son's on the spectrum. He would see a butterfly and just follow it. I wanted to see where it was going. Now I forgot where I'm at.
I don't know where I'm at.
How old is your boy, Ricky?
He's 13.
Oh yeah, they definitely have attention deficit at that age.
Well, but he's on the spectrum. That's the biggest reason that I do benefits and stuff for autism is because my son's on the spectrum, and so this was a benefit I did back. It was May 21st, 2011. It's got the date on it for the Daryl Strawberry Foundation, which is for autism awareness. And I tell you, it was surreal playing music in front of that big crowd at the charity event, and right there in the front row is Daryl Strawberry standing there watching you.
Nice.
And then after we got done, he met us backstage and wanted to shake hands with all of us and take pictures and everything. So it was cool.
What time is all your stuff today, Ricky? You put a shout out on your time.
What time is Walter's thing? It's 6 o'clock Eastern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock Eastern. That'd be 5 o'clock Central. For an hour. I'm getting interviewed on Country 3D. So go to YouTube, and do a search for Country 3D, Kuntry, and join us there. And I'll be doing the interview there tonight. And then that's an hour. And then after that, at 8 o'clock Central Time, so 9 o'clock Eastern, I do a live music stream from my home, a solo acoustic deal. For an hour, where I take requests and all that, and that's on Facebook, facebook.com/Ricky Lee Tanner Music.
I think I threw a request out there last week. I don't know, I don't know if you caught it or not.
What was it?
I don't remember. It was at the very end, like you were literally just getting ready to shut down.
I've got to go back and watch the stream today because some people made some requests of some songs I don't know. So I've also got to watch that stream today, write down all the requests that I didn't know, and see if I can learn any of them between now and tonight's stream. That's another thing I've got on my list of things to do today. So that's why when I said earlier I've got a million things to do and shouldn't be sitting here, but I also wanted to test out using Google Hangouts from the PC instead of from my phone.
Now I know what it feels like to be a guinea pig,
Right.
It's not the reality using me, it's Ricky.
I'm using you, Mike. I'm using you. Hey, James. Sonic Alchemy James is here.
Hey, James. How's it going, man? Oh, yeah. He shows up late.
Right?
Always showing up late.
Always late.
Here we go. Oh, man. Tell you what, though, I haven't slept in a bed in about 2 weeks, and that bed in that motel felt so good.
I bet it did.
I've been sleeping on an old couch and then on the floor for a week, and oh boy. Night before that, I slept right in my computer chair. That's the only thing I had left in the house. I didn't want to sleep on the floor. I hurt so bad. I just got me a little stool for my feet and kicked back in my computer chair. Almost dinner time there. Yeah, I know it. I need breakfast is what I need. Well, we can't even cook. We got to go out to eat. This going out crabs cost too much money. Well, yeah, then. Yeah, I know it's bad. But we paid cash for the motel room last night. And we had to put $100 deposit on the motel room, cash, because we paid cash. We didn't pay with a credit card, we paid cash. So you have to put another $100 down deposit so you don't smoke in the room.
Right?
Oh.
So I mean, how they know that you haven't smoked in there if you go to check out, they run down to your room quick and check.
Wow.
I don't know.
They're sticklers.
Yeah, I know. The friggin' cheapest motel we could find, $71 a night, plus all the taxes and fees and crap.
The hotels must be high around there.
What's
We
that?
got them here in Clarksville for $39 a night.
I love
It's
it.
single occupant, but so it's like $55 a night if you add occupants.
Yeah, that would have been fine, I'd have been happy with that. But it cost us pretty much $100 to stay there last night. But we didn't.
Although, like downtown Nashville, the cheapest hotel you can find actually in downtown that's like walking distance from Broadway is like $300 a night.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No, me either.
I'll drive.
Drive for 20 minutes and save $300 or $250.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're willing to stay in a hotel about a half an hour outside of Nashville, you can get $50-$60 a night.
Yeah. Unless you plan on getting drunk every night, can't drive. Got the money, I guess.
I can stagger.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now you'll being able to park at some of those or being able to stay at some of those expensive hotels, a little bit of it is offset by the fact that if you're walking distance from Broadway and that's where you plan to spend all your time, you're not paying $20, $30, $40 to park every time you park your car.
Yeah.
What's up, Robbie Mac?
Depending upon what time of day and where you park your car, you can spend $40-$50 parking your car.
Jesus, criminals.
You could take a bus in.
But I'm a musician. I know where all the cheap parking is.
Well, you should.
I never pay more than $10 for parking.
Well, if I ever go down there, I'll have to call you for sure.
Yep. Now, sometimes I have to walk a little bit, but I never pay more than $10 for parking.
I decided I'm going to sell my wife's scooter because that's just too big to be hauling around both the big ones. I'm going to sell hers and get a couple of smaller ones so they're easier to haul around. And then that way I don't care how far we got to walk. Just jump on the scooter.
Yeah, you're right, Matrix. Bed bugs are at no extra cost at the cheap hotels, and Sonic Alchemy is taken off. See you later, James.
Yep, we'll see ya.
And good morning, Robbie Mack.
And red light.
And red light.
And
Okay.
You know what? Matrix clone was here. That's why red light showed up.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky, did you see my song request?
Yes. I don't think I can do that one.
He knows a lot of music. Yes. Oh, good morning, Vince.
I'm a country guy through and through, man.
We're gonna have to run a little late again.
Well, I figured it was slow enough where, you know, it could be country-ish.
Yeah, the only part of that song I know is the chorus. Oh, there we go. My wife is saving me some trouble.
What's that?
She just sent me a whole list of the songs that were requested last week.
Is she watching? Is that why she knows?
No, she's not watching this.
It was just a coincidence that she hit it right while we're talking about it.
Right. Because she was on me about it this morning.
Ah.
Oh, you're here, Matrix. I am out.
Did you see Robbie Mack? He said secret lovers.
Yeah.
Red light and Matrix.
God, phone is killing me.
There's one for you, Ricky.
All right, guys, I'll be back in a few. I'm just going to mute you.
Yeah.
My phone is getting so old, and I'm trying to open my text. I've been trying to open my text messages from the moment the first one came in, and she just keeps sending more. So she sent like 5 text messages asking questions, and I can't even get my text messages open to answer her. You're driving me nuts. I want to throw this phone against the wall sometimes.
Yeah. Now we're up to 17, 16. Getting up there.
Let's know what time my
thumbs up, people. I think red light just left because Matrix was here, and there's a love affair going on. Robbie says, or Robbie man. We are just blowing it up here today. This one was. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we got up and running today. I know a Canadian Maker project there. He wanted to steal my stream over. He was talking last night. I said that ain't gonna happen. I'll be on in the morning. I was almost this close for Canadian Maker Project said that I was going to get in touch with Ricky and see if he wanted to stream for me today so I could have the day off, sleep in, nice and cozy, but I missed it, so I had to get set up and running. I was waking up late at 5:30 and then had to run over here, got here just after 6 and got everything all set up, ready to go, so me mater. Friday we will be printing, I promise. I will have at least one printer going, if not 2.
There you go. Yeah, she's got 6 songs listed that I gotta learn today. Do you want to know what time Walter's thing is? And then she was reminding me to take the laptop money up to the school. Yeah. And I gotta go to Best Buy, and I gotta buy one of those tile things. Because my son has a habit of leaving his backpack places. And his backpack will have his laptop in it once he takes custody of this laptop. And so one of those little tile tracker things, we're going to buy one of those and put it in the backpack.
There you go.
Now, that way, at least when he leaves it someplace, I'll be able to look it up and see where he left it.
How did that work? Through a phone service then? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to pay monthly then?
I have no idea how it works. I just know it'll be a heck of a lot cheaper than having to buy the school a replacement laptop if he loses it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. But you're paying for the laptop, so how's it to school? Isn't it yours
No,
now?
it still belongs to the school.
How much?
All I'm paying $35 to cover the first time he breaks it.
Um,
No matter what he breaks on it, the first time he breaks it, that $35 covers it.
and after that,
And after that, any repairs are this guy's responsibility right here.
can you pay another $35?
No.
Nice.
That covers one accident a year. I'm like, okay, that $35 insurance. I mean, he drops it and breaks the screen on it. It's worth it right there.
Oh, definitely. But that stuff you can fix yourself. You know, them screens are easy to replace.
Right. Well,
a ribbon cable and some tape.
we also signed a thing saying that we wouldn't void the warranty
by taking it apart.
Right.
I wouldn't have signed it.
Then he wouldn't have got the computer.
I know. All right, cool. What do you got to say? I don't see. Oh, there's always room on the shelf for a CR10, ain't there?
Well, Matrix. Yeah. Also, at the end of this month, so here in like 2 more weeks, I'm going to be moving the makerspace. My daughter is moving out at the end of this month. And so I will be cleaning out her bedroom and turning her bedroom into the makerspace. So I've got another 4-foot long section of shelf exactly like that. That is just not set up because I didn't have any place to set it up. It's just leaned back up against the wall there. So when I move down to the new makerspace, I'll have both 4-foot sections of shelving set up, and I'll have a whole closet to store my filament and stuff like that in.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much filament I got, man. I got 2 red totes full of filament. I was like, holy shnikes.
Yeah, if I had a bigger printer, it wouldn't be collecting dust because most of the stuff I need that I want to print is stuff that requires a bigger printer, and all the stuff that I can print without slicing it to pieces are parts for a bigger project that need a bigger printer to print the big pieces.
Now that's what I need to do. I need to get my running on bigger prints. My Tornado, get some bigger prints running on it. Yeah, they take 2 days or something. Then I can use the enders and stuff like that just for my daily prints. I do got some bigger stuff I want to print, but it's like, man, it's going to take this many days or a day and a half or whatever. Heck, I haven't used it. I haven't used a Tornado in about a month, so it could have been running the whole time.
Yeah, so the plan will be when I get the bigger printer is to have it printing the big pieces, and then have the other 2 printers going on smaller pieces all at the same time, so that the project will literally start just like flying together.
Yeah.
So I can load up the A8 with, like, I could probably put all 4 tires on the A8 at once. I could probably put all 4 wheels on the X1 at once, and I could print the lower body piece and the axle pieces on the CR10 and probably even more all at once. So then you take those parts all off, and then you got half the vehicle assembled. Then you go back and start the next round of prints where you put the upper body on the CR10 and the dash and seats on the A8, and then accessory pieces on the X1, and then I put together a Jeep and be done.
Hey, what do you guys think about me moving the time slot? Because it seems like I get busier around this time. If I move it from 7 to 8, like what Ricky's time slot is. What do you guys think about that? There's enough people in here to ask that. So I'd start an hour early, or an hour later than what I'm starting right now. So instead of being at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock Central, it'll be 8 o'clock Central. It'll be from 8 to 10. And is that more feasible for people, or what do you guys think?
Like, I can't join you until 8. You know, that's just the way things are set up for me. That doesn't mean that's the way things are set up for everybody. A lot of people like to get on this and join this like as they're getting ready for work.
Yeah, I see that too. But I mean, it's usually around 6 or 8 people, you know, for the first hour or so, and then then at 8 o'clock it starts going up, and then here we are at 9 o'clock. There's 17 people in here,
right?
And so I know everybody can leave their comments down below afterwards or whatever. It's up to you guys. So just let me know what you think about starting it an hour later. Yeah, because I know you never come in until just about 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, so at least you get an hour in. There's a lot of people like that. Or should we do a 3-hour show? Run from 7 to 10. We could always do that, right?
That's up to you, man. If you're up to a 3-hour stream every day.
Yeah, I know. That 2 hours is something, ain't it? Just
yeah.
That 2 hours some days.
There's been a couple of my streams where the 2 hours felt like 12.
Yeah, isn't that something? And then the next day it's just like, boom, really? It's already time.
And then, the next day you blink and the stream is over and you're like, I still had more I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Well, that's why, it all depends how it's going. I'll keep it running. I don't care, I'm surprised this many people are here and stuck around, because all we've done is sat here and bull crapped,
Right.
Really haven't done a lot. We got 2 new people in.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know if I might have got new subs or something. You never know.
I lost 2 subs.
You did?
Yeah.
During our stream here?
No. I lost 2 subs. I noticed yesterday morning when I got ready to stream, when I pulled up the Creator Studio, I'm like, oh, I went down 2.
I think I lost 1. Yeah, I lost 1 at 138. I was at 139. But
yeah, I'm down to 108.
Oh, that sucks, Ricky. I'm sorry.
I'm like, well, I was like, I've got, I got my channel named. I don't think they take that away from you, even if you lose the 100.
I don't think so, no. That I don't think so, but I don't know. I don't know much about that, so yeah, it is. But then I suppose that didn't help with me not being around much here the last few days. But do you get a thumbs down every day? Or every stream? I do. I got one guy.
No.
He begs me every time.
No, not yet. I mean, I'm sure I'll piss somebody off at some point.
Well, it's all because of Mary's. Chris Riley commented on that, when this whole controversy started. And Chris Riley had said something about it, and then I just replied about something that Chris Riley said, and then somebody commented about what I said or something, about, they didn't like what I said.
About the GPL stuff?
What's that?
About the GPL stuff?
Yeah. Well, about, being guinea pigs and crap like that.
Oh, man, okay.
So I had just said something of that. Then he went over, he must have subscribed to me because he knows when I'm on every time. So I got a sub, which is fine. And I get interaction every channel every time because he gives me a thumb down.
A thumbs down. Trolls don't understand thumbs downs don't hurt the channel. They actually, it helps the channel because it's interaction. YouTube doesn't care if it's a thumbs up or thumbs down. YouTube just cares if there's interaction. So it's still an interaction as far as YouTube's concerned.
Yeah. But he went through every one of my videos, straight down the list, man, and put a thumbs down.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sure I'll hack somebody off at some point. People, I think, a lot of times, especially when people start to give you gifts. Yeah. Some people get jealous, and then out of that, they give you a thumbs down, and because people can't be people can't be. There's a lot of people out there who can't be happy for somebody else's success.
Oh, I know, and that's just, you know, I feel sorry for them people.
They see somebody else having success and they are jealous of that success, and that makes them angry and makes their world darker and worse somehow. And for me, I see other people's success and I revel in it. I love to see people that I know succeed. You know, watching Walter's channel grow from being, I believe I was his 26th subscriber, to watching his channel blow up and stuff like that. I'm thrilled for it. I'm happy for it. It's great, and it's well deserved. And so, yeah, the people who pop into his videos and leave him a couple thumbs down every day, you know, throwing him some shade, they're just, you know, haters are going to hate.
Yeah.
You know,
well, see, I always do it to Walter. I'll admit. I love doing it to Walter. At least I used to.
Jealous.
Now, I used to love, he'd be sitting there looking at it, I ain't got no thumbs down. And it's like, I haven't given him nothing yet. So I have to go over there and give him a thumbs down quick, you know, and leave it there for a little while. And take it off and put it back to thumbs up, you know. But it would just drive him nuts that he got a thumbs down. I'd do it to him all the time.
Like Joel will release a new video, and you'll get the notification of it, and you'll go to watch the video, and before the video is, you know, no one's had a chance to even watch this video because it released like 5 minutes ago and is a 25-minute long video, and it'll have like 12 thumbs down on it already. And so it's just, he's got a legion of haters who subscribe to him, and they ring that bell so they get the notification.
Yep.
So that every time one of his videos come up, they can pop the video up and hit thumbs down on it. And I'm like, what kind of person is that jealous and petty that they, you know, they're going to go through all that trouble just to throw a thumbs down on a YouTuber? I mean,
and it ain't hurting them; it's helping them.
Right, you're helping them. You're not hurting them. You're giving them watch time. You're giving them views, and you're giving them interaction.
Yeah.
The best way to hurt somebody on YouTube, just unsubscribe and never check in on their channel again. Never go back there.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to hurt them, never ever go back. Never ever watch another one of their videos or interact with one of their videos. Never comment. Never leave a thumbs up or thumbs down. Just go away. That's the worst way. That's the worst way you can hurt a YouTuber.
Yeah.
It's really the only way you can truly hurt a YouTuber.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Because some people,
my analytics, man, it's funny because that one day, you know, my dislikes is just a straight line of nothing. All of a sudden it goes, boom, it goes up like 3,000% in one day.
Yeah, you know, because I've never had any. So forgive me, I don't mean to talk about somebody I don't know. I've never had any interactions with that guy on Twitter, that Keith developer guy.
Yeah.
But I've seen enough of his interactions with other people to know that the dude just toxic for no reason. You know, he's constantly throwing hate in everybody's direction, and it's ridiculous. You see people do stuff like that, and you're like, why? I mean, life is too short to be that way.
Yeah.
Life is too short to be that way. You know, if you can't support somebody and love somebody and help somebody out and be friendly, at least just leave them alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Red Light says he's about to leave us and never talk to us or see us again.
Yeah. You know better than that, Red Light.
You would miss us. You would miss us, Mike.
Way too much you'd miss us.
You love us and you know it.
He wouldn't know what to do with himself in that crane all day. He didn't have us to talk to and listen to.
He'd be listening to sports talk radio no, he'd be listening to NPR. That's what he'd be listening to.
Yeah.
He seems like the type.
Maybe some of you, yeah. Yeah.
Robbie Mack said, "I'm happy for successful people. I just hate when they don't open their boxes."
Talking to you?
He's talking to Red Light.
Oh, yeah.
Red Light's got that Mark III that is still in the box.
Oh, he's got all kinds of. He's got
several other printers, I believe, that are still in the box.
Got an ender and another one. Yeah. Said he's gonna
Yes.
start live streaming.
So much yes. Matrix and Red Light on their own stream. The
And
two
what
of
are we
them.
gonna
The
call
dynamic
it?
duo that would be amazing. So much.
I'd watch it.
I would
It
watch that in a heartbeat.
Never get monetized, I'll tell you that.
NSFW, but hey.
Oh, it's still open.
Oh, the Mark III is open now. The Mark III is open.
All
Is the
right.
Mark III together and printing?
Out of the box or just opened?
Right. Is the box just open, or is frame pieces coming together and soon? Is that like Blizzard Entertainment's version of soon? Because Blizzard Entertainment, you know, a WoW player for years. World of Warcraft, for those who don't know what WoW is. Blizzard was always saying we're going to fix this soon, and it became a running joke on the forums that we put soon with a little trademark next to it. So every time, you know, we'd be jokingly saying something was coming that was probably never going to get there or was going to take forever, we would say soon with the TM. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah. We will all be just fine. We will be right here waiting for you when you get it printing.
That's what I can't wait for. I want to see it print something. Let's get to printing.
Everyone's going to be unboxing and putting together their MMU2 units before Red Light gets his Mark III put together.
We're going to be on Ender 25.
Ender 25.
Instead of Ender 3, Ender 25. There's my uncle. That's Dave, my uncle. This is everybody. This is the YouTube world that's generously letting me invade his home.
Well, I invaded yours for one.
That's my coffee cup. See, where are you going with my coffee cup? It's cold and everything, but it's mine. Matrix says hi. I guess he's the only one that cares. That's shocking. Out of anybody, I wouldn't think it would be Matrix.
I didn't want to take over the stream. I just waved.
Yeah, I know. I'm just giving you crud. But anyways, I mean, it's been fun today. And I'm glad to be back on the air.
Yep. I got to go run up to my son's school and pay for his laptop. And then I got to run over to Best Buy and see if I can buy one of those tile things for it.
Yeah.
And then I should probably shower before I go to the school.
Yeah, sometimes that helps.
Yeah, I should probably do that first. Shower, change clothes, then go to school, pay for the laptop, go to Best Buy, get the tile.
See how much you are, maybe get two of them and glue one to the bottom of the laptop.
Right. And then it'll be no time, pick my son up from school. And then before I know it, it'll be time to be on the air with Walter. And then my music stream. And then the whole day will be over and I will be exhausted.
I tell you what, man, my wife was listening and watching some of that stream with the Canadian Makerspace on. You know, listening to that stream last night, she was just cracking up, and she thought that was the funniest thing she ever seen.
What I saw on the stream was great. I didn't get to. I guess I popped in, and several people had already left.
Yeah, I tell you, if I would have had this set up, I would have been here last night. I would have got on my computer.
But I saw Joe was there, and Vince and Robbie. Like a lot of my favorite people to hang out with on Discord are all on this thing. So I was like, man, I wish I could have popped in and hung out for a little bit.
It was a good hangout, that's for sure. He had First Layer, I forget, Richard.
Richard,
the First Layer was there.
And it's funny, you know, when you really heard somebody's voice and you see them for the first time, because you had this picture in your head and you wonder how closely they're going to match the picture in your head. Robbie did not match the picture in my head.
No, he didn't.
He did not look what his voice sounds like he would look like.
Something's on fire there, David. He's over there trying to burn us out. But yeah.
No, it's nothing about the older gray. It just I don't know. I had a picture, a totally different picture in my head. Now I can't get that picture back, but I can just say when you popped on camera, I went, huh, okay. I get it now, but that's not what I was expecting.
Exactly.
That's just all, you know.
We have, well, we're just
You
at
seem-
the record for me.
I guess like listening to you talk, I had like this picture, like this long hair artistic type in my head. You know? Like the guys I used to that I used to have in my art classes in high school. Just older.
We got 16 people in here and 6 thumbs up now. Smash that thumbs up, people.
Like I said, I'll have to go back and retroactively do that because my YouTube window is closed.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But I will.
Just got to remind people once in a while. It's been almost 2.5 hours now. That's okay because, like I say, I missed it. Doing all this moving and stuff. What's that, Dave? Oh, they'd love to see that. He said, "Let's burn." And what if I burn down the apartment? See how many thumbs up I get. Yeah. Thumbs.
I wouldn't thumbs that up.
Yeah.
I think giving a thumbs up to any kind of tragedy, you're telling karma to invite tragedy on yourself.
Yeah. But what are you supposed to do? Give it a thumbs down? When you're giving them the thumbs up, you know, for the support. You know,
that's why. But that's why I like Facebook, because Facebook gives you more options.
Yeah, but that's
you
nothing
can do,
but a bunch
you can
of
do sad
drama.
Yeah, but you can do sad. You can do angry.
I suppose.
I wish YouTube would give us just more than just this.
Yeah. Well, I just reminded you, so hit it, smash it, like it. I know I forget a lot of times too. You can always go back. Well, we got up to 7 anyways. That's all right. But no, it's been a lot of people in. I mean, we had 18 people for. That's the most I've had on a stream before.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I haven't had a peak concurrent that high. I think 16 is my highest peak concurrent.
Yeah, that's what we're running at. You know, as an average for the last probably hour is 16.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. Go up here. Yeah, my peak was 18.
You know, what I find hilarious is all these people that they're striving for monetization on YouTube, and they're like, until I get monetized, I get monetized. All I got to say is when you finally reach that point, and you've fought that uphill battle to get monetized, and then you find out that maybe they pay you $20-$30 a month.
Yeah. Yeah, getting monetized isn't where the money is. It's
no.
I mean, it wasn't that what Walter was bringing up last night, though, as far as being monetized.
Yeah, I missed last night because I was sitting at the car dealer the whole time.
Yeah,
I was on the phone, so I was breaking up bad. I didn't get to most of it.
So you fight this big uphill struggle to get monetized, and then find out monetization's not gonna. I mean, it's not like it's gonna make your living.
Yeah.
You know, unless of course you have a video that goes viral or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but most of us, the type of content we're creating is not the type of content that can go viral unless our printer bursts into flames on camera.
Yeah.
You know.
And if I fire up the ANET, it just might do that.
Hey, careful. I got one sitting right back there.
Yeah. And we can watch it right here going up in flames.
Yeah, we turned this place into a disco inferno.
There you go. Yeah, I mean,
All right, guys, I gotta dump off here. I'll catch you guys on Discord later.
yeah,
I gotta
I'll be on
come.
there later and stuff. I probably, when I'm done here, I probably will turn it on my phone as I drive back to the horrible hotel and hang out a little bit. But otherwise,
Yeah.
people are.
I gotta get off here soon and go get a shower, change clothes, drive up to my son's school.
All
right, later, guys.
All right, we'll see you. Thanks for stopping in.
Later.
Yep. Yeah, I think we are going to say goodbye for the day. All right, we'll see you. But yeah, we're just gonna shut her down, Rick, because I know you got stuff to do. I got stuff to do, and
my wife will be mad at me if I don't get some things done.
Yeah, don't forget to thumbs up, and don't forget Ricky's stream tomorrow.
And don't forget live on Country Time or Country Club Live, whatever you call it, Country Club Live, Country Time Live, whatever it is. Tonight on Country 3D, Walter will be interviewing me. And then after that, at 8 o'clock Central, is my music live stream on Facebook.com/Ricky Lee Tanner Music. Come hang out, request some songs.
Yep. All right. I just got an email from my buddy going to go put the dishwasher back in the goddamn house. And locksmiths were there. Changing the locks on the house already.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, they're afraid you'll sneak back in there and start squatting again.
We didn't even tell them we left.
Oh.
They must have just went there and seen.
Yep.
So, all right, guys. Thanks for coming. Y'all have a good day, and we will see you tomorrow on Ricky's. Friday. We'll be right back here. So, y'all have a good day.
Later.
Goodbye.